Guys, today we're playing the Sleeping Dogs demo for the PlayStation 3. This is also available on the PC and Xbox 360. I heard this version's a little bit lower resolution, but from what I heard, this game's still very playable, and judging from the Digital Foundry's comparison of the other versions, maybe it's just because this is a demo, I didn't see as huge of a difference in the screenshots as they were talking about. So we're not gonna go and show this whole cutscene because it's just going to waste some time, but as you can see, the character models are pretty detailed. They said that there was no normal mapping on the chains of the people that are wearing it around their neck, but I see a lot of it actually, unless this is just a video and not actual real-time gameplay. But this was originally in the True Crime series, I believe. And this was True Crimes Hong Kong, and then good old-fashioned Activision cut this game like they have so many others because they're greedy and they rather release 5 million like Call of Duty games instead of anything else. So you know, Square Enix picked it up, good for them. Square Enix, I like the kind of direction they're going. They are picking up other games besides just like RPGs, which you would think, and kind of was their policy for a while. But I think they also published Just Cause too, I believe. But anyway, so far I'm already liking this game because most sandbox games take place in like a fake or real US city. The only ones I can think of that don't offhand are the Red Faction games and the Getaway, which it's a shame we'll never see. Don't do that. Don't go in that direction if you play this demo or if you're playing this mission on the actual game, because that will make you fail apparently. But it's a shame they don't come out with the Getaway games. But I like the graphics so far. This looks really nice. And you have the little soda machine thing going on here. I guess you take these to restore your health, and take one just for demonstration purposes, of course. But my health is already filled up, so I won't know. But it looks like it increases your damage, and maybe it increases your stats a little bit. This is an open world game. The only thing is, if you look at your map, and judging by the way this is, like, this area almost seems like it's almost like a funnel, so they could put like more detail in versus just a huge open world area. So I haven't played the open world ended part yet, and this is just a demo, so maybe the game's more open ended after this. I believe there's driving in this game, so I'm guessing it would have to be. But yeah, sometimes games do this so they can add more detail in certain parts. And if you look, there's like a level of detail, like kind of blur. I don't know what you would call that, but when things are in the background are like really up close in the foreground, it kind of blurs out a little bit, which looks kind of cool. Here you gotta hold X and just tap X when you want to climb stuff. Obviously I'm struggling here, but you know, if you've seen any of my videos, you're probably used to seeing that kind of stuff by now. But I like this action-oriented aspect, and a lot of these sandbox games, a lot of times, like, the levels aren't programmed, like, for one in particular situation, so you don't really have, like, a really decent scripted action segment in a lot of these kinds of games, and this game seems like it does. Through glass, yeah. So that's cool, because a lot of times when I feel open-ended games, I don't feel like it's a full fleshed-out level. I feel like the game just put boundaries of like stuff that's gonna happen right here, but it doesn't really feel like a level that they spent a lot of time around. And this game kind of feels like they mapped out the area more. I don't know if that shadow was animated or actually rendered from light, but it looked pretty good. But judging from these guys right here, it looks like they actually do render the shadows. That's good, and they're not all blocky, so they're decent shadows, so I have to say. Sometimes you play these like games with like lighting, some sort of lighting system in them, and you'll get like the most horrible shadows. I mean, there's some flickering on them. They're not the best shadows I've ever seen in my life, but they're functional and good. I think Battlefield 3 had some of the best. And Crisis 2 actually had decent shadows. They look kind of weird on the edges, or blurred out, but they weren't pixelated or anything, which is nice. Now this game is a little bit difficult for me because I'm colorblind, and it's kind of like Batman Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, where like you have to counterattack with triangle, but instead of having like some huge like indicator that they're about to attack, like Arkham City have like the little white thing over their head. I can't remember if it was an exclamation mark like Metal Gear Solid, or just like some swaggly designs like Spider Sense. I can't remember, but I know there was like some huge indicator. Here they turn red, and since I'm colorblind, red's not always the easiest for me to see. It's easy when it's up close, but it's far away and a lot of action is happening. It takes me a few seconds. Like sometimes I can see the red. I mean, red's not a color I can't see. It depends what shade it is, but sometimes like the colors slowly like blend in instead of instantly seeing them. Like I have to concentrate, especially with this kind of background lighting. It bends in and like it blends in like really easy. So it's hard for me to always know when to do it. I like that. That's pretty awesome, actually. So this game looks like it has its fair share of violence, which is greatly appreciated. But yeah, I wish there was an option where you could like change the color of like what glowing effect they had. There's a lot of games where I had that trouble with. I remember my sister thought she was way better than me at class because she could tell the difference between the yellow and green cubes that you had to match up. I don't know if you ever played the arcade game Clax, but you had to mix like domino chips of the same color to make them disappear, and I couldn't tell the difference between yellow and green, so I would stack up multiple colors and she would keep on winning. So it's stuff like that. I wish there was options that you could change the colors of certain things. I know some games, like shooting games, you can change your like reticule of your aiming. Like right here, I'm struggling really bad because I can't really tell when instantly when he turns red, and it doesn't give me a lot of time to react. So unless I instantly see it, I'm gonna get stabbed. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, he won't stay down. That's not cool. And I'm dead. But anyway, I had that. There's like shooting games where you can change the color of your reticule. I don't really see that option too much anymore. I know you can change the shape in a lot of games, but they should let you change the color. Also, I remember playing Chrono Cross, which is an amazing RPG, but it has a battle system that you have to counteract your enemies based on like what status in the color spectrum they are. And if I had to counteract with like green or yellow, I was screwed. This game's really fun. I guess if you like when you played Arkham City, like on the Game Plus mode or whatever, they didn't have the indicators, and I imagine they might take away the indicator when they highlight at like maybe after you beat the game or something. So I haven't played this game nearly enough to be able to tell like when they're about to attack to counteract, but I know in Arkham City after a while you can tell when they're about to attack. I'm just still new at this game, so it's not like second nature. So I guess after a while playing this, you probably wouldn't need that little indicator to know when they're about to attack. One thing it's kind of hard to get used to if you're used to playing Arkham City, although maybe you could do it on Arkham City, I just can't remember. Even though I own the game, I would like to play it again. I never played all the way through because I want to play Harley Quinn's Revenge, but I don't want to play it unless I beat the game again. Maybe that could be a playthrough, I don't know. Everybody's really shiny in this game. I heard they're even shinier on the Xbox and PC, but like from the screenshots that I showed, they showed like I kind of like the exaggerated shiny wet feeling of everything. Like, they had one shot in the rain that looked really good compared to the PlayStation version, but sometimes screenshots don't do anything justice. Like, sometimes you just have to see the game in motion.
I'm Inspector Tang. You have quite a rap sheet.
We're gonna cut the cut scene just because,
and now you're
like,
here,
I don't have enough time to flesh out the story. Plus, if there's ever a playthrough or anything, and like I said, I'm kind of wary about using the term playthrough because I don't want to promise anybody like I'll play through a game. Like I said, I'll almost have like these add-on videos. I'll just make sure to let you know that this is part 2 if I play the game over again or something like that and get further in the game. And maybe like some of the videos eventually turn to a playthrough unless it's really requested. I think I'll start doing things like that because doing the Snatcher games and having to play the same game every day over and over again, like the way I play games, is kind of boring to me. I'm like pretty I don't want to say ADD, but like it takes a long time for me to finish games because I play a bunch of different games all at the same time, just depending on what kind of mood I am. And for me to do straight playthroughs a lot of times, it takes forever and I lose interest, and I want to give you guys like the best possible videos that I can with what I have. Obviously I can't do any special effects, but I don't want to play the games when I'm bored or something like that, especially if they're not boring games. Like Snatcher's like one of my all-time favorite games. The last few videos didn't have commentary on because I promised you guys a playthrough, and I just wanted to like get the game over with and move on, which I shouldn't feel that way because it's an awesome game and I had to play it again, but I just know it was just dragging on how long it was taking to do the playthrough, and I just don't want to go through that anymore. I'll just add updates of videos if I want to start playing through a particular game, and then if it gets finished, it gets finished. Like, because I don't want to rush through my videos. Like, even though it said I started in 2006, like, I really haven't been adding to this channel all that much until like around last year. So this is really my 2nd year into doing this, believe it or not, even though it says I've been active since 2006. I think I added one video of my dog like in 2006. Like, that's about it. Nope, not even 2006. Because I didn't even get Gwen until 2008. I remember what it was. I first started YouTube so I could watch videos with the F-bomb in them, because the videos are flagged if you're not a member and you have to give yourself permission. That's what it was. So due to my urge to see videos with foul language in them, like, I started a YouTube account, but I didn't start adding videos until like I guess 2008. But still, like, I haven't really started putting videos in. Oh, I got a knife. I'm running my mouth and playing the game. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, the knife seems to work a little bit better. If you notice in my commentaries, I kind of start talking about other stuff. But it's like listening to me talk. But hey, if I'm not interested, you got a game to watch too. How about that? According to the reviews, they say you don't get a gun like until way further in the game, but this looks like you get one, unless he's not gonna give it up. Oh man, he's tough with his little gun. That was the stupidest thing ever, just to bum rush him like that. But I lived, so you know, more power to me. It looks like unless you get some kind of health pack or something, your life always recharges up to halfway. I played the other true crime games. I don't remember much about them. I just remember them being okay and passable, but so far this is really nice and fun. I mean, I know this game was in development for a long time, but like, seems like a decent game. I think Activision was stupid for canceling this, but more power to Square. Maybe you'll get your money to make a Final Fantasy remake or a Dragon Quest game that's not on Wii or on the DS. Hint, hint. But, or a damn Star Ocean game that's like Star Ocean Second Story 2. Sorry, I had to rant more. Or Chrono Trigger, actual sequel. But I blame that on the people for not buying the damn game. But I bought them, so I can blame other people. The shooting mechanics aren't like Grand Theft Auto, which is kind of a shame. I do like how Grand Theft Auto had that halfway trigger thing where you could move it around freely, and if you held in the trigger all the way, it would zoom into the enemy. It doesn't have that. I feel like that's perfect for this type of game, but it's nice to have a cover element, which Saints Row didn't really have. Saints Row, you just kind of ducked behind something and hope that they couldn't reach your head. I like how the things that you blow up flash. It kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit, but you know, it's still a video game. Like, if this game was realistic, he wouldn't have been able to be shot 15 times and walk, so I don't know why I just randomly kicked there, but it looked cool. It isn't that half of the battle. I can see how fighting might be more fun than the actual shootouts, but it does switch stuff up. Sadly, we have not been able to drive yet, and assuming that this is a demo, and as long as it's already played out, I don't know if we'll be able to drive. But, you know, it's whatever. Break that leg. Are their environments destructible? Looks like to some degree, but I know Saints Row had a little bit more destructible environments because you shoot out glass and environments would fall over, but it looks like, I don't want to waste my ammunition, but it looks like stuff's moving around a little bit. It sucks your gun only can hold up to 45 bullets. I guess he doesn't have like a trench coat like the guy from Alone in the Dark does, where he can hold 15 billion things in it. Alone in the Dark, one of the few PlayStation 3 ports that actually got a better version than the 360. Man, there's a lot of jumping through glass and falling through glass in this. Of course, I'm in the most flammable warehouse known to man. Apparently he's wearing polyester because the fire just like jumped right on him. Alright, let's go. Get up. Come on. You can do it. Sometimes you gotta coach these guys through it even though you're controlling them. Alright. I really want to throw him in the furnace, but since it's telling me to go into hostage mode, it doesn't look like I have much of an option. Looks like he has blood on his jacket. That's pretty cool. It's not cool I'm in the most flammable warehouse ever, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. This is probably the worst idea for a shootout ever. He's like supposed to be protecting this guy, but he's holding him in front. Nah, I don't think this is gonna work out. Yeah, it didn't work out. Suwa was injured. I think that's how you say it. I didn't hear. So we're gonna try this one more time. Start running. Avoid the fire. Randomly jump over the rail. Thank you, bad camera angle. Don't let that persuade you for not playing this game, because so far it's fun. A lot of these games, they might have a little bit of fault in them, but it shouldn't make you not want to play the game, because so far I'm really enjoying this. I don't know if that was the best thought out programming in the world, to be able to run ahead of the person you're trying to catch. See if we can do this a little bit better. Now they actually know what the deal is. Reloading with one hand, it's pretty impressive. Alright, let's see if there's anything flammable over here. I see smoke. It's never a good sign. Slowly walk. Alright, let's just go around the corner. Hopefully nothing terrible is going to be around here. More than likely there will be. Oh, running. The cops. Yeah, they kind of get in the way. I'd be more worried about the explosions, to be honest with you. And we're loading. Oh, look at my triad experience. According to this game, I didn't really do things in the best possible way, but apparently it looks like I'm not the greatest guy in the world. Looks like I have more crime stats in me than good guy stats. I don't know. But yeah, that was Sleeping Dogs for the PlayStation 3, also available on the Xbox 360 and the PC. And so far I really like this game. Like, I might get it if I have the extra money. Like, this seems like a pretty solid game, or at least rent it. But I'll probably get it eventually because I'm really interested. I don't want to play it for just one day. But yeah, if you have a chance to play the demo, I definitely recommend it, and I definitely should say check it out. It seems decent enough, and if you're compulsive, so far from what I've played, it seems like a really solid, nice game, and I give it my seal of approval. But thank you guys for watching, and remember to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And also I have a list of consoles. If there's a game that you want me to play on any of the consoles I have listed, like, feel free to send me a message on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, and I'll be more than happy to play that game. But anyway, definitely check this game out, especially the demo, if anything. Alright, talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.